My beloved wife cheated on me and my daughter isn't mine. How can I move forward as well as shake angry feelings? This is gonna be a long one. My wife and I were married for 21 years. I figured it was one of those miracle marriages because we barely argued, seemed I will always be the best of friends, etc. Well, our 15-year-old daughter received a 23andMe thing for her birthday from a friend. And of course, it said we weren't related. She had me do a swab as well as her mother and her 14-year-old brother. Only her brother and I seemed to be related. So, I did a paternity test afterward and lo and behold, she wasn't my fucking child. My ex-wife cried and pleaded for me to hear her out, but I just went numb to her. It would be one thing to cheat, but to find out the light of my life isn't even too related to me killed me. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter with all of my heart. She's still my daughter no matter what. But what's scaring me most is my seemingly vindictive desires. I've never been like this, and I know it's out of anger, but I want her to suffer so bad. The kids absolutely hate her. Which on one end helps that desire, but I know that deep down, she is still their mother, and I don't really want them to hate her. Her parents and siblings all are mortified at her. Her sister hasn't spoken to her in a couple of months. We all grew up together, so it hit hard for everyone. Again, this makes me feel great, which in turn scares me because I don't actually want her life to go into shambles. But I can't help feel euphoric when I learn something in her life is falling apart. Both children are living with me, as they don't view their mother in a favorable light at all right now. I'm thinking about having the talk about them going to talk to her because as of now, they refuse. The part that breaks my heart the most is that my daughter seems to be overcompensating her role as a daughter. She makes sure to tell me how much she loves me, and is, in essence, being the perfect daughter. But I can tell it's because she knows that she isn't biologically mine, but she desperately wants me to know how much she values me. I'm actually going to talk to her tonight about that. To tell her that she doesn't have to act differently. I just really want to know how to shake the sadness and anger, vindictive feelings. I want to move forward as well as help my children move forward so they can worry about school and being teens. Please, any advice will help. TLDR, wife of 21 years, cheated on me and my 15-year-old daughter isn't mine. I've been having sadistic/vindictive feelings towards her, and I want to put those away as well as help my children move past it as well. Was about to get back with my ex. I just got a FaceTime with her boyfriend who she's been living with for 3 months. My ex left me about 4 months ago and moved to some mystery location. Said she was going to stay with her cousin, but I knew she was lying. Didn't add up. We have a daughter, so I immediately got a lawyer and made sure I got 50-50 custody. Eventually, she told me she was staying with 2 couples. Which again, I knew was bullshit. But not much I could do couldn't force her to tell me the right location, but when the time came to write up the paperwork for custody, she provided the address, so that was good. I actually knew where she was. A couple of weeks after that, while I was picking my daughter up, my ex said that she didn't have anywhere to stay, and that she was gonna live with her dad. She stayed there for about a week, and said she ended up going back to the same place she was. Then I realized when I would FaceTime with my daughter that she was in a totally different place. The setting was different. I asked, and of course, she lied. So, a little while after that she started begging for me back. Relentlessly for about a month. So eventually, I came around. We spent a weekend together and it was great just like only times. We had sex and it was great. A couple of days after that she confessed to sleeping with someone else while we were broke up. I did the same, so we decided to just drop it. A week later, she starts blowing my phone up again. Wanting to get back. Like I let her back in. We were talking for the last 2 days. After I was done with some side work today, I saw I had a missed FaceTime from her. I called back and a guy answered. Ha! I was floored. Said that he was her boyfriend, they have been talking for 2 years and dating for 4 months. And this is where she has been staying for the last 2 months. She cheated on him with me when we hung out. Really glad the dude told me. Because we were gonna hang out this weekend and started talking about getting an apartment together. This whole is just insane to me, but looking back a lot makes sense. Just looking for any type of advice. My mind is completely blown right now. Hard to wrap my head around.